morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. This is Julie with J of Cree Freedom. Today is February 24th, 2023, and I located the word for Mr. Perry. And again, Mr. Perry, I was not trying to be disrespectful to you in any way, so I do apologize for the delay. I will start with the rhema I received on February 24th, 2023, and then I will have Mr. Perry's thing afterwards and put a timestamp for that. So, Mr. Perry, you can skip over to the timestamp if you prefer. I was wanting to buy some extra alcohol for later because it lasts forever. So they have, in Vienna, they have things that rotate that are on sale. So right now it's tequila. So it starts. Go get that tequila, my dear, but again, don't be putting your trust in the alcohol as times get tougher and worse. For that type of shiza is certainly a no-go for my high-level saints. I am needs your minds to be sharp-witted and brilliant as possible, even with sleep depravity and hunger knocking on your respective bellies' doors. My loves, my saints, listen to my Jules, when she says, you can and will someday hear my voice, just as I am speaks to her. Yes, she's special to I am and very precious, and good job on catching I am's drift in that way, saint. But please know also, my dears, many of you drawn to her little voice and bright light on this channel are just as, if not more so, in some ways precious to I am as well. For you live in a filthy, sordid Babylon world. Yes, America, you are truly the whore of Babylon in the Bible, not just the book of Revelation. Look elsewhere, saints. Yes, Jeremiah 51, also an example. The kings of Tyre and Sidon also passages to check out, but I digress. Babylon has become to many of you a sick, abusive home you were never meant to live in or be raised in. Much like my sparrow's home was, and many of you listening on this channel as well, witches, Satanists, and warlocks included, and in that sense, you have something very much in common with the so-called brethren you love to hate and punish with more abuse. You witchy witches, and warlocky warlocks. Yes, I am can be silly, even with serious topics, my loves, as you've seen my sparrow smiling about those wops that make some of you mad. You see, my dears, let me clarify something for you, my loves, a little nugget about how this little gal spluttering her online song made it so high up in I am's eyes and regard. When she's mad at me for a wop, or a waiting time, as she waits impatiently for her terrible marital situation to get sorted out by I am's magnificent all-powerful hands, my loves. I am tells you again, he hates her truly, and when she rejected his company at the dinner table last night to do some coloring with dear sweet Marzie, who invited her sweet mamma specifically for a one-on-one coloring session, he pulled up a chair to watch, which made her uncomfortable, for she was looking beautiful with a flush on her face from working out. She rebuffed him, left the room, and little Marzie hanging, and the rest of the evening he treated her like shit, saint, to punish her for rejecting him. Done mostly respectfully, in case you're wondering if she cussed at him. No, she didn't, saint, and all that type of behavior is water under the bridge. Just a little picture for y'all what she deals with daily at this point, my loves. Anyway, dear saints, what I am was saying is that when she's mad at me, this little gal flies at me with a passion and a rage that's so cute, I can't help but laugh at her. Not in derision, dear saint, as she wisely explained to you all, but with a deep, burning love for a portion of I am's magnificent creation, longing to keep it 100 with me, and all things in her simple, at times, heart and demeanor. And I love, love, love her for it, saint. Want you to be mine, saint. And so, some of you actually need to take a page from her little private book, but public now, of how to deal with I am successfully. For people who have judged Jacob for wrestling with I am, do so in much error. It is that type of struggle, saint, that ought to be locked and loaded, ready to burst out on me if necessary. I am guarantees, you dear ones, I can handle all the shiza you throw my way, and then we will go from there, my loves. Thorns in the flesh or no, wayward in the faith, turning to a dark master in a dark humanity hour, hubbies and wives, or kids, or anyone else close to you, my loves, and able to hurt you. Don't let them hurt you, my dears, but rather entrust all the difficulties to me, my loves, and we will go from there. Okay, my loves, her hand is, yes, killing her again. Stay the sick thoughts. I want you to be my sons. Okay, keep it 100 miteinander, my loves, and come to I AM for specific instructions for your specific situations, my loves. And if you can't seem to get something into your thick skull and heart, I AM will speak specifically through my sparrow's brain, pen, and then voice to you over the airwaves. Okay, love you all. Witchy Witches included today. Love, 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 your personal Messiah, Yeshua. Father, a loving one, my dears, not abusive at all. Get that silly idea out of your respective heads and hearts. And of course, last but not least, your... Okay, I took a photo of this because I like seeing the Holy Spirit's name, but with like flashing lights around it. It's not a very good drawing, but anyways, it's supposed to be flashing lights. And this has happened several times by now. So it said at the end, last but not least, your local Holy Spirit conduit. And it was like flashing. Like, ta-da! Alright. Okay, and last but certainly not least, the rhema for Mr. Tyler Perry. I will be going back to add some of these older rhemas again, but this one is from October 3rd, 2022. Alright, the Lord is talking about his specific instructions he gave me about someone. The time for the rhema draws to a close, for you will see the effects of my strict rhema instructions on you manifest themselves, and you will be amazed and thankful, my love, for all this time I spent guiding you, as I did with Joseph, and many other saints who were in jail for a time, and that their lives had stopped, like Tyler Perry. And look how I am used him for so many years. I am mum on the status of his soul, for it hangs in the balance as we speak. The cares of the world and free sex with no consequences, darkening his once light heart. Yes, share it, why not? Perhaps he may hear your tiny voice crying out in the online wilderness, my love. There are no big dogs in I Am's eyes, just all my humble servants whom I love dearly. And Mr. Perry, if you're just wondering about the thing about the light heart, there are different types of hearts, and I meant to do a video on that. But basically, the best heart in the Lord's eyes is golden, so that's more of a closer to a white light, a bright light. And there's silver, and then it goes down to like dark, black, iron. Some of the people in the Old Testament, their hearts were described like iron, so that would be closer to black. And then there's like the coal black. So if someone's heart is black, that's not good. So he's always encouraging people to move their hearts towards the light. And that goes back to that verse. It says, if your eye is light, then the whole body will be light. But if your eye is dark, then how great is that darkness? I think it's talking about the heart in that verse. So it's a little bit complicated, but also simple at the same time. So anyway, I hope that was a blessing to you, and I hope you don't mind that it's online. So if it bothers you that it's online, please just send me a note, or yeah. You can try to email me as well if you want, and let me know if you want that to be taken offline, but I don't know how many people will be listening to this anyways, if it's that important or not. That's kind of the nice part about YouTube. It's a little bit anonymous. Remember, if you direct your heart on the right path and stretch out your hands to him, if sin is in your hand, put it far away from you, and do not let wrongdoing dwell in your tents. Then indeed, you will lift up your face to him without moral defect, and you will be firmly established and secure and not fear. For you will forget your trouble, you will remember it as water under the bridge, and your life will be brighter than the noonday. Darkness will be like the morning. Then you will trust with confidence because there is hope. You will look around you and rest securely. You will lie down with no one to frighten you, and many will entreat and seek your favor. God bless.